work. You see me heavy work, 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 work. You
Back
see
to
me.
my channel. So today I'm going to be following on from last week's video, which was all about exam revision techniques. I'll link it down below in case you haven't seen it already. But this video, we're sticking with the exam revision kind of theme because everybody's exams are pretty much on their way now. I know a few people who are sitting exams just on Monday. So yeah, very close and very scary. And so I'm actually going to run you through a few things that I do the night before an exam and in the morning before an exam. And a few I have researched and other people have suggested as well. And hopefully they're going to be of use. Hopefully they will relax you before your exam. You don't really want to be stressed out, that's the worst thing you can be. I've got a few tips which will hopefully help with that. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. I've never done that before. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. No, that's just stupid. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. No, that's cheesy. Right, I'm just going to do it normally. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Number one, you need to sort out your equipment. In most cases, you will need a clear pencil case. In fact, in all cases, you will need a clear pencil case. I don't know why. I think it's just in case you've got some random writing on it and they might think that you're cheating or something like that. But they're just trying to be as awkward as possible, basically. I would bring about 3 pens to an exam. I actually do go quite over the top. For GCSE, I think I brought like 10 pens, you know, just in case 9 of them broke, but that was just ridiculous. My pencil case was absolutely like huge. So I bring about 3 pens and you want them all in black ink because blue ink does not scan when your papers are getting marked, so ensure you are writing in black ink. I would bring about 2 pencils. Sometimes you have to sketch an exam, sometimes it's best to just do a diagram in pencil so you can rub it out easily. Obviously you need a rubber. Sometimes you'll also need coloured pencils, so I know for the GCSE textiles exam, I had to bring coloured pencils. A lot of the past papers, if you go to the subject you are going to do an exam in, they will actually state the equipment that you need on the front. So if it says coloured pencils, just bring a few coloured pencils. It's just the best way to ensure you have the equipment for when you go into the exam. And lastly, if you're taking maths exams, remember to make sure you know if you're doing a calculator or a non-calculate paper. I would bring your calculator to your exam with the case off, so just keep that at home or whatever, because in most cases you'll have to take the case off and put it under your chair or whatever they make you do nowadays in case they think you're cheating. So yeah, that's equipment. You need to make sure that's all sorted out the night before so you don't really have any panics in the morning on like finding a pen that works. Oh yeah, and actually be sure to check all the pens work, because one time I came into an exam and I had like 3 pens and I thought that they all worked and one of them ran out and then the second one ran out and like the third one was okay, but you know, you don't really want that panic in the exam. You want to kind of make it as easy as possible for yourself. Secondly is going to sleep early and getting up early. You need to get as much sleep as possible. So I would recommend going to sleep about 9:30 at the latest, and you want to rise a bit earlier than you usually do just so you're a bit more refreshed for when you go into the exam. I was actually reading that the best time for you to sleep is from 10 till 4 in the morning, so that's your prime time for sleep. Make sure you're asleep before 10 and wake up. Obviously you don't want to wake up at 4 o'clock on the morning of your exam, otherwise you'll be knackered before it even starts, but like get up early. So if you used to getting up at like 7, I would start getting up at like 6:30, you know, just so everything's prepared and you kind of have the time to get relaxed. You're not rushing around in the morning because that's just going to be hell. But yeah, getting your sleep is vital. It's as vital as like looking after yourself, so eating properly, drinking lots of water, which I'm really bad for. I don't actually drink near enough as much water as I should, so I actually need to start doing that. I'm giving you this tip and I don't even do it myself. Yeah, drinking lots of water, eating properly, getting the right amount of sleep will help towards you being successful in your exams and dealing with the stress and just keeping yourselves relaxed before your exams, because that's the most important thing. Another tip is actually about revision. So a lot of you will have done the bulk of your revision if your exam is coming up pretty soon. Obviously if your exams are a lot later, then you'll still be continuing your revision. Say my exam was tomorrow and today I would say that I wouldn't do as much revision as I would normally do. You definitely don't want to cram your revision the day before. That's pretty much the worst thing you can do. I've actually done that before an exam. I think it was in GCSE, and I just couldn't remember anything. Nothing of it went in whatsoever, so I got to the exam and I was totally stuck because I actually hadn't planned my revision for that subject out properly over a much longer period of time. I just thought, oh yeah, if I do lots of revision the day before, it'll go in and I'll remember it better, but that didn't happen at all. And the best thing you can do is spread it out. Obviously, if your exam's like tomorrow, you can't do that. If you have flashcards, which you probably will have created for the subject, then just go through key areas of those. If there's any areas of that subject, of the syllabus, of that exam that you don't kind of feel as confident on, I would definitely go over those, but don't go over them in depth, and definitely do not learn anything new, because it's just going to totally mess you up. You're going to think, oh my god, I don't actually know that, I need to do loads of revision on it, and then if it comes up in the exam, you've kind of crammed all that knowledge in, you're most likely not going to remember it. Yeah, definitely do a few flashcards the day before. I definitely wouldn't do anything from about 6 o'clock onwards the night before the exam, because if you can't remember something and you keep getting something wrong, then you're just going to stress yourself out, and your self-confidence is going to get a bit knocked if you can't remember something that you think is actually really important. You're better off just going into the exam and doing as best as you can with the revision that you've done. Obviously, if you haven't done your revision as well as you should have, then that is going to reflect in your exams, but hopefully somebody did warn you before I just have now. Next one is actually just quite a general tip. Most of you will probably do this already. It's just getting a shower or a bath the night before. So make that kind of one of the last things you do before you go to bed. I think it's going to make you feel a lot more refreshed. It's going to give you a chance, definitely if you're getting a bath, to relax a bit. Whether you can put your essential oils in your bath, or your bath bubbles, or whatever you want in your bath, and yeah, just having a shower is going to make you feel a lot more refreshed and a lot more ready for the next day. Obviously, if you're not one for getting a shower or a bath the night before, definitely I would recommend getting a shower in the morning. Up earlier and get a shower in the morning. It'll help you just wake you up and make you feel a bit more like hydrated and alive. You're ready for your exam. So the next tip is about dinner the night before your exam. This is actually quite a weird one, but I think it makes you feel a bit more better for exam. It's basically just have your favourite tea the night before your exam. Having your favourite tea the night before your exam is just going to make you feel like a bit more happier. Food is obviously a big part of my life. No, so having your favourite dinner is, yeah, it's going to make you feel happier, it's going to make you feel a bit more better, a bit more ready for your exam the next day, and it's going to cheer you up, because obviously, you know, having exams is like one of the worst things. Yeah, they make you feel just a bit like down. They're not going to make you feel the best. Their exams, you know, their tests. So whatever you can do to make yourself feel a bit more comfortable, a bit more happy and ready for your exam. So whether that may be like your favourite food or your favourite drink, or just doing something that you really enjoy like the night before, I don't know, like playing a video game or watching your favourite DVD or something like that, but just make sure you're not doing it like really late at night. And then for the morning of your exam is a morning start, then obviously you're going to be having breakfast just before. So I would say have quite a big breakfast. If you're not one for eating breakfast, then definitely do start eating breakfast, because it's going to have a massive impact on your exam and how you're going to perform. Definitely eating properly is going to have a massive impact on your performance. So if you're really tired and you've not eaten much, then, you know, your tummy's going to be like growling in your exam, and you're going to be focusing on that rather than like you're at the actual exam questions. And then in terms of just before you go into the exam, this is meant to be kind of the night before an exam, but yeah, we'll merge them together. Obviously you want to be there early, so make sure you're in school early. I would say at least 15 minutes early. You're in the line before you actually go into the exam, rather than everybody's already gone in and you're rushing at the end. It's going to impact you really negatively if you're late and you have to try and find your seat and everything. Another thing, you need to know your seat number before you go into your exam. I wouldn't really rely on asking all the teachers as soon as you get there, because that's just going to make it a lot more stressful for yourself. Pretty sure all of you will have already had your exam timetables given to you, and I think on the far right of them usually there is your seat number. So for example, like F12 or B1 or something, it'll be like a letter then a number, and that is your seat number. So I would definitely recommend you look at that before you go into your exam, so you know exactly where you're sitting, so you can go straight in, sit down and kind of prepare yourself and breathe before your exam, rather than rushing around beforehand and then getting in late and stuff. That's just gonna get you off to quite a bad start. And then the last tip is just to breathe. So just take some time to kind of relax and breathe just before your exam, you know, take a few deep breaths. I know that sounds a bit of a cliche, but it actually does work. It actually helps you calm down. So hopefully those tips have been of use. Hopefully they will work and will come in handy. Yeah, definitely try them out because, you know, a lot of them do actually work and a lot of them will help. You're just going to make it a bit more of a positive experience for you if exams can be positive. I have one more exam revision themed video to do for you, and that will be up probably later this week or this weekend. Good luck to everybody who has exams from now till my next video comes out. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and if it has, give it a thumbs up and subscribe please. It would be much appreciated, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.
Work, 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 work. You see me heavy work, 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 work.